Top 10 things to do in Australia. With so many wondrous landmarks to see in Australia, it can be difficult knowing where to start. Here are top 10 of the best attractions down under. Stop to admire the 12 Apostles on your Great Ocean Road drive. Take in superb city views from the arch of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Observe Australia's abundant wildlife, including white egrets at Yellow Waters Lagoon in Kakadu National Park. Number 10. The Sydney Bondi Hop-on Hop-off Tour. Best way to see Sydney is to climb aboard the Hop-on Hop-off bus. The best way to orientate yourself with Sydney's sights is to ride the Hop-on Hop-off bus. You can get off at any of the 34 designated stops, spend as much time as you like sightseeing, and then hop on the next bus that comes along. You can hop on and off as many times as you wish. You can purchase a ticket that's valid for 24 hours or 48 hours, and buses run every 15-20 minutes. The Sydney tour stops at 24 points of interest in the CBD and connecting locales. It starts and finishes at Circular Quay, which is Sydney's main ferry terminal. From Circular Quay you can access popular parts of Sydney Harbour via the large number of ferry services that operate throughout the day. Note, ferry rides are not included as part of the bus ticket. The Bondi tour starts at Central Railway Station and stops at 11 places of interest including Bondi Beach. Number 9. Sydney Bridge Climb. Climbing up the side of a 134-metre bridge over 8 lanes of busy traffic and choppy seas may sound like a scene from a Bond movie. But head to Sydney, Australia, and you could find yourself in this exact scenario, and you'll pay for it too. Over 2.75 million people have climbed Sydney Harbour Bridge, and that includes famous faces like Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith, Matt Damon, Nicole Kidman, Justin Timberlake, Cameron Diaz, Robert De Niro, and even Prince Harry. And if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for Traveller's Digest. The Sydney Harbour Bridge climb is a fantastic day out that can be enjoyed by anyone who's over 10 years old and in good health. And if you're looking for an exciting and unexpected place to pop the question, you could do a lot worse than kneeling down on the top of Sydney Harbour Bridge. In fact, it's such a good idea that 4,000 couples have done it. Talk about sweeping a girl off her feet. For an extra special treat. Number 8. Sydney Opera House. While the Opera House is beautiful, we have an underwater symphony of thousands of reef fish and corals. While Queensland might be aggrieved by the top 10, it's not all bad news, with the capital Brisbane named as country's coolest city and Lonely Planet's latest guidebook. Australia government statistics claim 2 million people visited the reef in the year ending December 2012, much less than the 8.2 million annual guests of the Sydney Harbour icon. Number 7. Go surfing at Bondi Beach. Can you imagine yourself riding a wave on beautiful Bondi Beach? Let's Go Surfing's popular 2-hour beginner surf lesson will get you safely up and onto your first wave before you've had time to worry about falling off. Designed for anyone who wants to give surfing a try, they promise to give you an authentic taste of surfing, useful safety information about waves and the beach, and a smile that you won't be able to wipe off for hours. Take your board into the water and catch a wave. Paddle out, sit on your surfboard and watch your fellow surfers start to paddle. After standing up on a few smaller waves, try to catch a bigger one. Feel proud as you catch a bigger wave, stand up and glide toward the beach. Number 6. Sydney Taronga Zoo. Taronga Zoo, covering 33 hectares of land in the North Shore suburb of Mosman, opened for business in 1916 and has been a firm favorite ever since. The word Taronga is thought to be Aboriginal for water view, and the zoo certainly can boast one of the most magnificent views around. With a strong emphasis on native fauna, it offers a superb introduction to Australian wildlife and makes an ideal day out for people of all ages. Here you can see endangered species such as a cassowary, a huge flightless bird which originates from far north Queensland and Papua New Guinea. They are few and far between in Queensland, and this may be your only chance to see these impressive, if slightly odd-looking birds. Most likely to be found dozing at the zoo is the koala. Also an Australian icon, it is getting more difficult to track down as the urban sprawl of the East Coast continues to grow. More likely to be found by visitors in the wild off the Queensland coast on Magnetic Island. Number 5. Skypoint Observation Deck. Enjoy a drink and take in far-reaching views across the surfer's paradise shoreline toward the Gold Coast hinterland at this towering beachside observation deck. Perched on the 77th and 78th levels of the soaring Q1 building, the Skypoint observation deck offers panoramic views across one of Australia's most loved coastlines. Recline at the deck's cafe to experience uninterrupted views over a coffee, or visit in the evening to see the glittering city lights over a cocktail. Number 4. Kuranda Scenic Railway. The Kuranda Scenic Railway runs from Cairns to Kuranda in far north Queensland. Passing through World Heritage listed rainforest and the Barron Gorge National Park, it is 34 kilometers in distance and takes 90 minutes to complete. A journey that will be remembered for a lifetime. Australia's tropical rainforests are recognized as one of the most ecologically fascinating natural areas in the world. You can tailor your Kuranda day by starting with either the train or Sky Rail. Number 3. Great Barrier Reef Helicopter Tour. Explore Australia's Great Barrier Reef from the air and the water. A scenic helicopter flight or high-speed catamaran cruise from Port Douglas will take you to the Outer Barrier Reef platform on Agincourt Reef, a sheltered base for a day on the Great Barrier Reef. Explore the reef snorkeling, from a semi-submersible submarine or from the underwater observatory. You can choose to travel by scenic helicopter one way and cruise by high-speed catamaran the other, or take the helicopter in both directions. The choice is yours. Number 2. Kangaroo Island. Kangaroo Island is one of the best places in Australia to see native wildlife up close. Kangaroo Island, 13 kilometers, 8 miles off the coast of South Australia and 30 minutes by plane from Adelaide, is brimming with native animals, some of which aren't found anywhere else. It is also home to an established artisanal food scene and one of the world's best hotels. More than one-third of the island is protected by conservation areas and national parks, while lush farmland and small towns make up much of the rest. The island, known to the locals as Key, is divided into 7 regions, with 4 major towns: Kingscote, the island's relaxed capital Peninsula, where daily ferries disembark American River, and Parndana. Most major areas are connected by sealed tarmac roads, and there are gravel roads elsewhere. Number 1. Scuba Diving. The Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, a protected environment, boasts warm tropical waters and is overflowing with diverse marine life. Because of its moderate depths, calm waters and great visibility, it is the perfect dive location for both novice and advanced divers. The reef stretches 2,300 kilometers along the east coast of Queensland from Papua New Guinea down to the Tropic of Capricorn. It's not small by any means, so it's important to plan your trip ahead of time, as there are a lot of dive sites to choose from. Diving is great all year around, but the summer months are also the warmest waters, which are from December to March. Visibility can get up to 30 meters and even 45 meters on the outer reefs.